So, Vanilla TV Tropes has its own way of celebrating Advance Wars' 20th anniversary. More specifically, LightySnakeasuarus is making his proposals for the complete monster trope for Advance Wars 1, 2, and DS. Yeah, Advance Wars 1, 2, and DS. Recently, Vanilla TV Tropes actually added the Beast from Days of Ruin. They already have Calder and Greyfield. I could see Tabitha being added, but I digress. Right. So, LightySnakeasuarus' first proposal. Well, technically, the two proposals are passed on by Scraggle, so I suspect the second proposal will be Sturm. But the first proposal is the big bad Von Bolt from Dual Strike. Yeah, Von Bolt, that same old guy on permanent life support. Now, thus far, there isn't too many problems with the effort post. Wait a minute. Why is there a red link with the S simultaneously? What? Get your own practices right, otherwise you forget that in a site that capitalizes words like of. Idiot. The problem anyway, as I was saying, the problem comes here. The problems I have with this effort post come here, and it goes into why I think Von Bolt should not be the only candidate aside from Sturm in the first 3 Advance Wars games, because let's read this out. Let's read this out. Von Bolt is often consuming Omega's land energy, almost wiping it up. What? But he pulls back to strengthen the obelisk and drains the energy from the. That's messy to begin with. I'm going to get into that soon. Not carrying a very living thing on Earth dies so he can breathe, betraying Black's officer in the process. That would be for mission 20. I was at the start of this 40. I'm going to get into the. And leaving it in the home meant to die. What? When does Von Bolt leave the Bolt got to die? What? Hawke turns on him and aids the ears at the start of mission 20. Ending as Von Bolt is stopped. Hawke takes the chair as to remove him from it, reversing it to use the energy to restore the regions Von Bolt had reached, while Von Bolt is let to die. First off, it's ambiguous whether Von Bolt survived only to be living. Whether Von Bolt died or not, it's implied to be in an ambiguous fate worse than death. That's the least of my issues. No, what I'm here to talk about is Von Bolt's candidacy, because Von Bolt does try to train Omega Land, so he's ain't as he not. No, the problem is, does he avoid holding back? Because, let's see, because, look, you forget one thing, LightySnakeasuarus. Kindle! Because Kindle was every bit in on the immortality plan. Because, and Von Bolt had no objections to having Kindle at his side, so, or no active objections anyway, so at the very least, Von Bolt is holding back. I mean, seriously, it's a display that Von Bolt is sharing his power with somebody else, and it's implied he's doing this with Cole as well. But of course, I'm not going to go into rage brilliance. No. I'm talking about what Von Bolt does. So let's see. First off, mission 20, where we first see Von Bolt. Kindle comes down to Von Bolt's hideout to talk with, to report in, and Kindle suggests that they dispose of Hawke and Lash. Keep in mind that Kindle and Von Bolt are unaware that at that point that Hawke is spying on them. It's only right afterwards that they learn of this myth. But then, yeah, Kindle's the one making the suggestion to eliminate Hawke and Lash. Seriously, killing Kindle, the attempts on Hawke and Lash's lives is on Kindle, not on Von. It's more on Kindle than on Von Bolt. And right after Kindle and Von Bolt catch Hawke, and they attempt to execute him. Yeah. Just, seriously, they attempt to execute a spy. That, while morally questionable, because it's, taking a life, it's not heinous. It's little worse than trying to kill the heroes. It's trying to kill a security risk. I mean, they don't have regard for Lash being caught in a crossfire. Granted, and they don't trust Hawke or Lash to begin with or anything, but still. So Mission 20 is all about Kindle and Von Bolt, mainly Kindle, trying to execute Hawke and Lash. Then missions 21 to 26 just as Von Bolt be an Orcus on his throne in general. Let me clear up about the Black Obelisk in mission 22. It's a decoy! It's a decoy! Masking the real Black Obelisk location. I mean, it's effective as the real Black Obelisk, sort of, but still. Just... Yeah. And Kindle also has an atrocity of leaving the anti-clone to die. That's not that could be on board. He's higher up on the chain of command, but Kindle's directly responsible for abandoning the clone Andy to his death. Seriously. Just for failing Kindle just after only about 24. Wait, is it 23 missions where Black Hole or the Bolt Guard rather failed? But whatever. Yeah. And then, of course, mission 27 comes. Von Bolt takes command and from Kindle, so that he can personally handle the Allied nations to his failure, of course. And then mission 28 comes, and Kindle states about it. What was it? Kindle states about how she will have eternal youth and beauty. It just seriously, that's. I mean, let's go over Von Bolt's motive. He's thanatophobic. He's thanatophobic. That much is clear. Thanatophobia it's something that can actually be understood. So, yeah. I mean, Von Bolt's still monstrous. And still a sadist at times, but it's still. Still, at least he has a deep-seated fear, even if it doesn't become that good of an excuse. But Kindle just plain doesn't even try with the excuses. No, she's stupid. She having less resources, less and more screen time, and she's. I can argue that Kindle's even worse because one, she's in on the plan. Two, just if Von Bolt is a bad boss, then so is Kindle. Kindle actually threatened to melt Jugger for artillery ammo. And there's no reason to doubt that she would do that. She abandoned the anti-clone to his death. And that scene was played for horror. Yeah. What was it? Right. Yeah, I should I should find my notes, but yeah. As I'm saying, I mean, granted, Von Volt is worth trying. But, seriously, why is the mitigating issues section so short? It's, it's just it should be longer. If you think otherwise, then Kindle deserves to be tried. And while I'm on the subject of the Nintendo Wars series, so does Adder from Advance Wars 2. I mean, Kindle and Adder are both Karma Houdini. That's why they don't get questioned. But it doesn't. But with Adder, it doesn't change that. It doesn't change what happened in Duty and Honor. Adder tried to use a town as bait against Ken Bay. Just despite Ken Bay and Yellow Comet in general. And this is after Adder bragged to Grit about destroying several towns. It's just, and the town that Adder was using as bait, that had no strategic importance. That had no strategic importance at all. Sonya made it much clear. I mean, Duty and Honor is obviously Kanbei's crowning moment of awesome, but still. I think Duty and Honor would put Adder past the moral even horizon. And in case that doesn't do it for you, or his treatment of Sensei, or his wanting to destroy serene beach scenes, well, how about this? Here's a snippet of dialogue from To the Rescue from Adder himself. Adder says, and I quote, "Yo, first we say just they surrender. This commanding officer is a young girl, you know. Perhaps she can be convinced to come along quietly." And I'm not making this up. I literally copy and pasted the line from the online game script for Advance Wars 2. Yeah. Implications from Adder and Advance Wars 2. Implications you'd expect from a Days of Ruin villain. Yet we don't see those implications from any of the villains. Not Calder, not Greyfield, not Wayland, not even the Beast. And not the mayor either. Just, yeah, this is unique to Adder. I mean, Flack edges on it. I mean, Flack is also wanting women COs, but Flack, it's just wanting women COs at trophies. Adder, oh my god. Just, oh my god. So yeah, if Von Volt needs to be tried, so does Kindle, so does Adder. And while I'm on the subject of the Nintendo War series, so does Countess Ingrid from the first Battalion Wars game. I mean, although I think Ingrid would just edge out clearing the heinous factor on her moral event horizon of reviving the Iron Legion, which if Kind of Lad is stating in his clear fear that it's a bad idea, you know it's a bad idea, Countess Ingrid! But now, Countess Ingrid revives the Iron Legion while treating Ubel as a workhorse. Ubel gets away on being a comedic character and who actually avoids being subject to shoo out the clowns, but still. And no, Kaiser Black cannot count. He cares. He treats Ubel too well. Actually, believe it or not, Ubel doesn't count. He's too loyal to Kaiser Blood, and Barrack doesn't count. He's too much of a generic doomsday villain. Ingrid, yeah. Ingrid has her own character and maneuvers. So, yeah. But anyway, like I'm saying, if Von Volt needs to be tried, so does Adder, so does Kindle, and so does the Countess Ingrid.